Cosmic Council once presided over a peaceful collective. Collectors coexisted in harmony and mutual appreciation. But disaster loomed. Escaping just before destruction, the last of the council headed out into space to regain what was lost. Collecting all they can on their journey, they now find themselves here on Earth. Welcome to the Cosmic Council, the sight and sound of collecting.
Welcome indeed.
I thought it were cold.
How are we all? We've got a full house.
Full house.
We've got a full house. No, I've just realised there's someone I haven't sent a link to just in case they want to pop on. But if they do,
Is there background music going on?
In the chat if they want to join us. What's that? Sorry, Andy.
Is there background music going on?
Yeah, is it irritating?
We normally do that.
Sometimes, yeah.
No, it's weird. I'm just picking up on it more tonight. It's strange, isn't it?
Okay. It covers that dead silence when we all go,
That'll be what it is.
We've already got people in the chat.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes, Gap's here. He's been waiting for us for 35 minutes.
Yeah. Where were you earlier at 7 o'clock, Gap?
Hello, Gap.
Other streams are available.
Hopefully he'll be awake now. And he is. I can see he's there. Hello, Benjamin.
Hello, Benjamin.
Andy was already there, look. Andy was already there. Hello. I decided just to keep people entertained because, because. Still awake. I'm guessing Stream Elements is something to do with you, Mark.
Oh, so I go through on yours? Oh, all right.
Yeah, Dave's got his nipples out. Oh. And we've got Acro Dave as well. Another Dave, two Daves in the chat.
I'm new to all this live streaming stuff.
Yeah, of course you are. Of course you are. Yeah, I think that's everyone. We're caught up with highs and hellos. And how are you?
And lurkers.
Don't all answer at once, will you?
I'm good. I'm all spent up this month now. That's it now. No more for me.
Yeah, you're going to have those Zoids comics sold soon, aren't you?
Well, let's hope so. If this guy from Singapore actually does cough up, he's the only bidder so far, but there could be more. You never know.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
You're right, Mark.
I'm going to bring that up so people can have a look at it. While I do that, does Ed or Andy or Mark want to take over and do a little bit of chatting?
No.
Apparently Mark can go for 10 hours straight. Apparently, so he's we'll just wind him up and let him go. Basically, be great.
Yeah, never again. Never again. That was bad enough on Monday. He was terrible. That auctioneer was absolutely shocking.
If you must go for these mega auctions, I mean,
Oh, I don't know.
Ha! I have unmuted myself. You muted us.
Is Ed playing around? 55.
Hello.
Oh.
And bread.
Oh. Old school joysticks.
I don't know if they work. But, yeah, the PlayStation works. Can't believe it. For £1.
Yes, Gap, I'm still in prison.
Yeah, is that Kempston?
I've got a sheet of green paper. Ed, you're still muted, or your mic isn't on, or something.
Spectra Video.
Can anyone else hear Ed?
And Quick Shot. I remember Quick Shot.
Yeah, Quick Shot Pro.
They're exactly the same. So,
Andy.
Yes.
Would you care to introduce this?
Yes, certainly. So this is my uber super duper all singing all dancing Zoids weekly issues auction, which is all of the issues of Secret Wars that featured Zoids and the odd bonus little one as well, and then all of the Spider-Man and Zoids issues, all 51 of them, including the free sticker on the front of issue number 1 there. No other free gifts are included, disclaimer. So basically, you can buy them all in one place, all at once, and only pay one lot of postage, which is always a bonus. I wouldn't say they're all minty, because they're not, because they're ancient. But had I not tripped across a full run of Spider-Man and Zoids in a single auction myself, that would have been my collection, basically. Because that was me just sort of gathering bits and bobs off eBay over time. But it's a really nice sort of run of Marvel 80s comics in and of itself, and sectors and all sorts of backup strips. I mean, Ed will probably know this better than I do in terms of who's actually represented. There's the New Universe imprint is there. You got Darth on one of the covers. So a lot of hobgoblins and all that sort of good stuff. So yeah. Grant Morrison wrote for it. Jeff Senior did.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Give me more.
You turn it off and turn it on again. Great Gorgon. I had a great Gorgon. Good toy. Simon Furman as well was writing for it.
Well,
There's a lot of pictures, isn't there?
Well, I used up all my 24 free pictures on my auction. It's trying to give people an idea of the actual the quality.
You get 24 pictures now. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Used to be 12 in my day.
So all that can be yours.
There we are. Available at Excelsior UK on eBay. When does it end? When does the auction end?
Sunday night.
Sunday night at 22:22.
As it happened, yeah, that was purely accidental on my part. I did quite like that as an end time.
That's quite
Interesting.
That's quite good.
So, sorry, Mark. Yes. Quick shot 2.
All right. Yeah.
I had a Conics for my Amiga.
Quick shot 1.
And a quick shot.
Evening, Jumpy.
I had a slightly see-through quick shot.
Yeah, quick shot 1.
See-through picture.
I've got a green piece of paper now, but I haven't got a green screen yet.
And what have you got to plug them into?
Nothing. It came with
So
the.
why you bought them then?
It came with the
Well, that's a silly question.
£1 for the whole lot.
One. Beautiful.
These
The
£1
PlayStation
lots sounds
works,
always
it's
what
like-
they cracked up
I
to
can't
be.
believe the PlayStation actually works.
Would have been rude not to.
Yeah, don't get your joysticks out.
It always goes there, doesn't it, Gap? He's a man after my own heart.
I mean,
What
that's
is
a
that?
pretty good
That's
controller.
cool.
That's worth £1 by itself.
It's a good
Aquapath.
controller as long as you're not colourblind.
You know, I actually know someone who quite likes translucent plastic.
Anyway, what I was saying earlier on before why my mic wasn't working. I just didn't know whether or not people wanted to, if they'd had any pickups since last we were on.
Oh, we're going straight into pickups. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Well, if you want, then it's up to you. Or then, I mean, I don't know if you want to get straight into. I just, when you were saying you were sorting that thing out, I didn't know whether or not you wanted to get onto that or,
What was I sorting out?
Ooh, he's got a pre-prepared subtitle thing.
I got a jigsaw from McDonald's today.
You've been going to McDonald's?
Yeah, pretty cool. Sonic jigsaw.
full of fibre.
Yeah, it probably is actually. Yeah. Okay, then. I'm guessing that you've got something to show us.
No, I'm not going first. I just thought I'd suggest some structure.
Some structure.
What? What's that?
Yes, this is completely unplanned, unscheduled, and certainly unscripted. There we go. Andy's jumping in.
I'm jumping in.
Go on then.
As it's the
What
hand.
you got?
Any guesses? Anyone
Well,
recognise this?
it's a spaceship.
Yes, it's a spaceship. Nope. Pretty
Hang
bloody.
on, I'll put it on big screen.
This is obscure even by my standards,
Is it that one?
but it does very helpfully tell you what it is on the side, although it's inverted.
Message from space, comet, fire.
Yes, and I have got a video coming on this before long, as you might imagine. This is a Poppy, Nika spacecraft model, randomly showed to me on eBay. Surprisingly fully functional, although not surprisingly fully functional for a Poppy actually at all. Opening cockpit, which is cool. Metal, for the most part anyway. It's got landing gear that come down and can fold back up again out of the way when you're flying it around, which is cool. Would have had a shooty thing at the front there, I believe, possibly some there as well. But the reason I picked this up was because it wasn't stupidly priced for an ancient Poppy toy. It's an incredibly good nick as well. I was really surprised when it arrived. Nothing's visibly sort of snapped on it or anything like that, and it is really sort of solid. But this is from a series called Sanku Kai, as well as Message from Space, which I think was the English dub film version of the series that we got. And I connect it with Starfleet. Oh, there's a shock, because it has virtually all of the elements of Starfleet, except it's like a live action Sentai show. So there is a galleon in space. There is a spaceship that can split into the smaller ships, of which this is one, which I've also seen on eBay from time to time. That's quite like a big Millennium Falcon sort of thing, you know. But this is one of the little fighters that then launches out from it. And there's a big bad who looks exactly like Commander Makara from Starfleet, except he's a bloke and he's a live action person, not a puppet. So yeah, I mean, I'm getting a bit of a thing for Poppy toys because I do love them. I think they're really, I mean, they're just quality, huge amount of detail for the early 80s. I mean, this is early 80s. This is, very, very early 80s. And, I do see them going for silly money for some quite beaten up ones. I mean, Gareth, we were talking about one that's by Poppy as well, weren't we, earlier in the week? And it's kind of, I'm not sure that we got them overly much in this country. We got some for Battle of the Planet.
Your bottom.
Yeah, Gareth wants to see its ass. Gap wants to see its ass.
So the detail of the maker and stuff is on the corner of the wings there, but you might be able to see that on this webcam.
So does that particular piece then attach to another piece?
I doubt it does, because I think it's too big to. But I know that there is another Poppy, which is sort of the entirety of the main ship. I don't really know the series well enough to say how it sort of integrated and stuff. But you can find clips on YouTube. In fact, you can probably find the whole lot on YouTube. And it looks for all the world like it ought to be a Power Rangers series, but it isn't. I think it was trying to be more sort of Star Wars-y than that,
It's more Battle of the Planets to me.
Well, it's that as well, but it's very much that era. It's the Sentai team, which was a classic sort of trope, if you like, these days, obviously. But Battle of the Planets and this sort of stuff was what was kicking all of that off, of course. So just that really nice pickup, and really just nice to get it in a really decent condition as well. I mean, God knows how it's arrived in this country in that condition. I've no idea, but it's nice random eBay pickup as they go. So again, I thought it would have been rude not to pick it up, really. So yeah.
Okay. Do we know who Alex Goff is? Eddie is my goat. Are you heading to the Leeds anime convention this year? Anyone?
Maybe.
No.
Okay. I've not been. I feel I'm a bit fossilized for that sort of thing. These days.
It's the anime and gaming con in it, so yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Did it a couple of years back. Yeah.
Okay, well, I've got something to open. This is a belated Christmas present from Lobot. Who, sadly, is not in the chat tonight. I'm assuming he's busy. So,
Yes. He's on a rescue mission.
It did say that I could just open it and not advertise my presence, but I wanted to. I'm gonna need a knife.
I know what it is.
Do you?
Yeah, he said it me something similar.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I've no idea what it is. He did send me a picture, which was a hint or a clue, but I couldn't decipher what it was. So thank you in advance, Lo. But I'm saying that now before I say it because I might want to take those thanks back. Oh my goodness, the hand wraps as well. There's two of them. Okay.
I did get
I
some
think I've
stuff.
got two pairs of socks, or maybe one pair of socks.
Forever retro.
What's this? It's a Cosmic Supreme Merry Christmas, love Joe, Lobot, and then J underneath. Yeah, very good. Postcard. And then a random trading card as well. Let's get it out of the bag. In the Star Wars Galaxy range. Wiki.
Chihuahua.
It's got William Stout on the back of it.
Yeah.
Which is that William Stout of He-Man fame, Masters of the Universe. The same William Stout.
I know him of his Guinness. That's all about it.
Hello, Mr. Fetch. Hello, Mario. Hello, TJ.
Oh, no, why is that?
Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, that's very cool. I think it's a 3D printed piece. Mark's nodding. Yes, it is.
And for those viewers with psychic capabilities, you already know what it is.
There we go.
Ah,
That'll go very nicely in my cabinet.
that's very cool.
That is very cool, is that? Yeah. Authentic Beaner quality.
Yeah.
On a holographic
Being
label.
models. I've got a few of their
them.
signs. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Lobot. Very kind of you.
Has anyone ever bought those sort of stands you can get off eBay? Oh, there's more. Hang on.
He certainly knows who he's buying for, doesn't he?
Oh, he does. Yeah.
That's cool. Problem is that shelf is jam packed.
Because they had to be.
Very cool. Very cool.
Is it on the block of cheese?
Yeah. I think it's supposed to be something like the moon, but yeah,
I think it's made of cheese.
that's very good at that. Thank you very much, Lobot.
So my follow-up question was going to be: has anyone ever bought those sort of, like eBay stands that are like that? They're advertised. I don't know if they're like officially produced or you can get like sort of voids and stuff, and
I've got a Palatoy one. I've got Playmobil one.
Cool. Are they good?
Yeah.
Interesting.
We've got some hellos from late arrivals.
Hey. I printed my own corgi one though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is
Cool.
nice.
I'm very happy with them.
Yeah,
Go on then, your turn.
Oh, Mark, what you got?
I've shown you my PlayStation.
Oh, that's right. Was that it?
One-time PlayStation.
Is that it?
Well, I've won 2 auctions in the past since Friday. I've spent quite a bit. The one that I did get on a local auction is a Trilogo FET.
Oh yes,
which is the rarest variant of the Trilogo FETs. Trilogo, yeah. Unpainted knee, painted dart. So that was a nice little win. I did get a Princess Leia blaster in there as well for £95.
I was going to say you guesstimated beautifully, didn't you, on your auction bid?
Yeah. So yeah, I've received that. The auction was Monday. I got them today. So I got that for £1. I got the speeder bike, which is absolutely mint. It's one of the mintest speeder bikes I've ever seen. But the box isn't, unfortunately. But the toy inside is absolutely spot on. I might keep it, actually, thinking about it. And now this is a Kenner version of the R2-D2 model.
I can see that.
Now I thought it was Kenner Canada, because it just said made in Canada there, and it just say English instructions enclosed. So there's English instructions, but there's German instructions in there as well.
From
Not
Canada.
French.
I was going to say that makes no sense.
And he's totally complete in there. It's not been made or anything like that. It's absolutely brilliant. It's all got still wrapped. Yeah. So the instructions. We've got the sticker sheet. A new sticker sheet there too as well. The instructions. So they've got the English ones. That says MPC too. So I don't know if that's what's going on there, but
And then there's a copy of Mein
the
Kampf.
German one.
Androiden.
Yeah.
And
Weird.
yes.
Weird.
You have to assemble it to the right
Yeah.
and straight on till Poland.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
Too soon?
I have picked up today from the Asda. My Night Rider's coming to an end. So I'm going to get the Batmobile. I'm going to start doing the Batmobile. But I have bought the first 3 parts to the Lancaster bomber. Hey, just for something to do.
Would it be rude to ask how much the Night Rider kit has cost?
I don't
in
know.
total?
I don't know.
Because is it one of those ones where they sort of suck you into it? It's like
The thing is, everybody says this. It's
goes.
going to cost so and so and so. There's 110 parts, so it's going to be over £1,000. But it's all modded up. There's all the mods, extra mods in it, and everything like that. I've got nowhere to put it. I've got nowhere to put it. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I've got the penultimate packs coming this week, and then the last pack obviously coming next month.
What's its length?
And which Batmobile are we talking about?
The Adam West.
Let me just get this. I'll get the shell. He's so bloody heavy. Actually.
Wow, look at that.
Right.
Look, he's already broke it.
It's had a run-in with Goliath.
It's not a bug, it's a feature.
So obviously all lights up and talks, and it's got all the
Look at
screens.
them greasy fingerprints.
It's certainly impressive.
They'll buff right out.
Impressive.
TJ, Andy, when you said which Batmobile is it, TJ says the black one.
66 Batmobile I'm doing.
Good
So
stuff.
they're going to overlap. So
What's the how big's the Lancaster when that's built?
He'll build it, then realise he can't get it back out of the room.
It's in millimeters. The length is 667.5 millimeters, which is I don't know.
66.7 centimeters then. So
2
it's
foot and some change then.
yeah. Oh, it's the Dam Buster one, right? Okay. Yeah. Can it be converted to just a standard Lanc, or is it just permanently?
No, I don't think you can, because it comes with a stand that's a damp.
Right.
There's your cockpit. Kind of see
Yeah.
It's almost as big as your forehead.
what size that's going to be.
Well, nice aircraft.
Yeah, I mean, I did say in the auction of the day that I was wanting to buy one of the Corgi ones, but I didn't. I must have missed it. I must have been distracted. I missed that lot. So
One flew over here in September last year. Came right out of the house. Yeah.
Yeah.
September last year.
There
I
is
mean, I
a
love the
display
Spitfire,
team
but
that's
yeah,
still running on.
the Lancaster's fantastic.
It is
So-
beautiful aircraft.
I'm not going to build it, but I have talked to Hatchet, who are doing it, to see if they'll send me it. So probably not, but you know.
Ask them to send it when it's built.
So is that everything you've got to show at the moment?
No, but I'm not going to go any further. That's it.
All right, okay.
Yeah, I just
You're stopping at the bra clasp.
It's being a tease.
yeah. I mean, you know me. I get stuff all the time.
Are you saving the stuff for your own video?
Most of that was for my own video. I can show you the games that I got.
This is an exclusive.
Well, Mario says they were good pickups.
Oh, thank you.
The PlayStation works then?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. And it's got the cartridge on the back as well.
Yeah.
The game enhancer, which is probably that's probably worth the most.
I remember picking mine up in '96 from Curry's down in Dewsbury, and it was just like that were it, you know, because I'd not had a machine since the Atari ST,
Right.
so I'd had nothing, and then like I said, I got the PlayStation in '96, and then that were it. It was just like back into it. Then remember
I had to
playing
check the model number on it.
Pardon?
I had to check the model number on it because I used to chip these. So I know all the different model numbers.
Oh, you did?
It's a later version. I'm just wondering if that's chipped. I'm going to open it up and see if it's
Well,
chipped.
in the Christmas of 1997, I was working part-time at a game store, and they ran out of them so much that we were actually selling Australian ones. And it was just, I had no previous retail experience, and it was just insane. It was incredibly great fun at the same time, because it was a great group of people I was working with, but it was so bonkers.
Yeah,
because that was all the rage. You literally couldn't move for people wanting that coming near Christmas time. Nintendo's out as well.
When the new models come out, and I had to go around to my friends who had the internet, because it was nobody had the internet back then, and got me the plans for the new model to chip it.
Yeah, I did a game that I had and never completed it, and it was Nightmare Creatures. Loved that game.
Creatures.
Yeah, Nightmare Creatures. Real good game. Real good game. You were like, you were a bit like, you could play as two different characters, and you were like hunting vampires and werewolves and things like that.
Cool.
It was really atmospheric and things, you know.
I was still I'm a PC gamer, I suppose, to a certain extent, but I was a PC gamer at that point in time on dial-up, playing MechWarrior 2 with people from the United States. That took some doing at that point in time, especially when you're 5 hours different.
Farewell, TJ. All the best.
Bye, TJ.
I remember playing Metal Gear Solid for the first time, but I had the Japanese version. So when it got to the C4 bit, it took me 2 weeks to work out to put the C4 on the wall.
Good girl.
Dino Crisis was probably one of my favourite games.
I really liked Toka Touring Cars and Toka Touring Cars 2.
Yeah,
I love them too.
Yeah, that was a great game.
And Soul Blade. Loved Soul Blade.
Yeah. We used to play
battle ended with the victory of Sofatia.
We used to play Tekken 2 a lot.
Yeah, Tekken 2 and Tekken 3, yeah.
There were a few of us, so that was pretty hilarious.
I've still got a few PlayStation games, but I don't have Nightmare Creatures. But I've got the Tokas and the Soul Blade and Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
But, I don't have that one, I'm afraid. And Destruction Derby 2. They were two good games as well.
Yeah,
Italian Job was a favourite of mine.
This what?
Italian Job was a favourite of mine.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad game. Was that what PS2 wanted? That one came out for?
Yeah, PS1.
Did it come out for PS1? That?
I think it was PS1 exclusive, actually. There was one for the remake on PS2.
Right.
Might be thinking of that one.
But then there were also GTA, the original GTA, and then GTA London, which was like the expansion pack that came with GTA 2. They were pretty good. They were pretty good games. But yeah, no, there were bags of playability in them. You know, and it was good because if you missed them the first time round, you just picked them up cheaper on the platinum issue. Yeah. You know, when they redid them.
The Saturn was a fantastic console. It's a shame it failed.
Well, there's been a lot of failed.
That's a strange one as well. What Logan's brought up here. Did you know that Game are not taking games in anymore next month? I'm going to stop doing Well, they're going to stop doing second-hand games.
No more second-hand games, then. Yeah. Well, perhaps people aren't bringing any in anymore. I mean, it's possible.
Very welcome, Si.
Good evening, Si. Yep.
I think there's an Alex and an Alan having a chat in here, so I'm going to leave them to it. Still got Demolition Racer, Destruction Derby for PS1. Cool.
Yeah, good games.
I think I picked up Snapper just to have a box of an old BBC game the other day. I think I probably showed that as a pickup at the time, but
you picked a Snapper up the other day, did you?
Snapper.
Have to give it a bit of a clean before I start playing with it.
Always wise advice.
It is always wise to clean a Snapper.
So, are you wanting to show anything then, Ed?
Yeah, I've got a couple of bits up. Just now, Sega Rally 2. Yeah, I oh, that were it. Yes, Sega Rally. I remember when I had my PlayStation. This other lad I knew, he had Gran Turismo when that first came out, and I really didn't rate that game. I personally felt that Toka Racing.
That's another one I got Japanese first.
Gran Turismo was impressive though. Again, multiplayer was impressive on Gran Turismo.
But the thing was, the reason why I didn't like Gran Turismo was it's like, which was better, I thought, on Toka Touring Cars 2. You actually took damage on the car.
Yeah.
Where on Gran Turismo, you hit a wall, you just bounced off and you just carried on going.
You kept going, yeah.
Whereas with Toka 2, you had to, you know, if you crashed or if you bumped into another car, you could pit to repair. You know, yeah, there were more strategy in it. It wasn't just a case of like boing, 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 you know, on and off kind of thing.
So we've got a good question here from the chat. What's each of the Cosmic Council's favourite movie trilogy? And thank you. This is the first time I've seen anyone abbreviate it to TCC.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Well, if you're talking trilogy, and that's got to be three movies, obviously. Back to the Future.
You?
Yes, I am.
That's what I was going to say.
Well, you can say it as well. We can agree.
The third is the weakest, but I have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's made for a little kid at the end wanting a pee.
But if I was going to be real, there's something here that I'm quite anal about, and that's my first answer is always Lord of the Rings, but I view that as one rather than a trilogy. It's one film in 3 parts.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's ever been done before or since.
In what sense?
In the sense of this has been made as one story, filmed back to back to back, with the intention of telling the whole story in the way that it's been told and released as intended. As opposed to, we're going to release film. Oh, it's done really, really well. Let's do another one. Oh, it's done really, really well.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Definitely, yeah.
I mean, it's what the sequel Star Wars trilogy should have been. They should have had a plan, and they didn't. Yeah. So that's why I view Lord of the Rings as one film in 3 parts.
It is tricky because it's a difficult one to pick because, like you were saying then, Gareth, it's kind of a trilogy that actually maintains its quality all the way through. So, I mean, I could say that I quite like the Matrix trilogy, but I'm not sure that I would want to rewatch the second two necessarily all the time.
That's now
I know. Yeah, but there's such a gap. That's not, that's a reboot. That's not a part of the original trilogy. Not really.
Which means Indiana Jones can no longer be part of this question.
Yeah. Well, I'd have gone for that, obviously.
Yeah,
well, it can be if you choose to ignore the latter two films.
Well, we try. We do try.
Like with the
TV series as well. So,
I mean, I suppose technically speaking, I mean, you could still consider the Indiana Jones original films as a trilogy because there was such a long gap between the next ones coming along. Same with the Matrix films. You still could technically consider them a trilogy because it's like the original Star Wars films are still considered a trilogy because they call them the original trilogy.
Original trilogy, yeah.
So in that respect, you can. I think you can still say that yes, I like the Indiana Jones films as a trilogy, or you like the Matrix films.
You could say Star Trek 2, 3, and 4 as a trilogy.
You could, yeah,
because that's one big story, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Good question.
What would you actually define as a trilogy? Hi, Connor.
I think I would go with your Lord of the Rings analogy, and I would say a story told in 3 parts.
So there's only one entry to this competition then.
Technically speaking, though, if it is the same story over 3 parts, then it's not a trilogy. Because like Gareth said earlier on, he views it as one film. So I would say possibly a trilogy.
It is 3 books.
Yeah, it is 3 books.
Yeah.
You see,
that has very frequently been released as one book.
That description would fit more the movie version of The Hobbit because that's split into 3 films.
Yes,
and it's one book.
But that was a cash grab. I don't know what the hell Peter Jackson must have.
I've never watched it. I just didn't. I didn't want to because I
love that book. That's my favourite Lord of the Rings book. It's The Hobbit. I know it'll make for kids, but I love it.
In a hole in the ground, there lived a hobbit. Not a dirty, smelly, muddy hole.
One of my, and I don't even know if you'd really call it a trilogy, but I actually like the Riddick films. I believe there are 3 of them: Pitch Black, Chronicles, and Tales, or something. Riddick. Yeah, just Riddick. That's it. Yeah.
There is an animated Tales.
There is, yes, but that's not a film; it's a cartoon.
I can remember when they were making Chronicles.
And it is sat on my shelf somewhere.
Yeah, I can remember Vin Diesel claiming when they were making Chronicles of Riddick that when you watch Chronicles of Riddick, you will realise that Pitch Black is the Hobbit to the Lord of the Rings, and then Chronicles of Riddick came out, and everyone was like, "Nah, mate."
But what I think what I liked about it though was just that it was that little bit. It was like, oh God, what was it called? Well, in the 80s, there were a few films that were they became quite culty, a bit like Mad Max actually. I mean, Mad Max might be another argument. I don't know how many they ended up doing though in the end. Where it was if they'd had more budget, it could have been a really interesting film. But it was I still quite liked it. There was oh God, there was like a bounty hunter space guy. Ugh, that's a horrible description of a film. I can't remember what it's called now. But Riddick has that sort of feel to it to me. It's like, the production value and the characterization of him I found quite interesting because I think it was sort of solidly written. The action sequences were really solid as well. It wasn't stupidly over the top. It was just it was just interesting, It was generally interesting science fiction, and it was different to other stuff because it was just different by its nature, which I found quite refreshing, I think. So yeah, I mean, I definitely quite enjoy the Riddicks, definitely.
Okay. So moving on, even though we didn't get definitive answers to that question, what's the Cosmic Council's favourite video games?
Ooh.
Oh yeah, Cornetto trilogy. Sorry, yeah, I'll just put that up. Yeah, that's a fun.
Because the last one is terrible.
Which one was the last one technically? I've
World's End.
Them.
The World's
Oh,
End.
World's End, yeah.
Yeah, a film about a pub crawl
With
alien invaders.
Yeah. A favourite video.
Oh, Alex has just... you're out, Ed. He's just put a caveat to that question. In the last 10 years, what's your favourite video games in the last 10 years? I think he's watching you. Does he know you?
That's easy.
He may be familiar with me, the bastard.
The weird thing is, even the one that I've played in the last 10 years may actually be more than 10 years old because I was slow to it.
Okay.
So, I mean, I quite enjoyed Elite Dangerous, but that might actually be that old by now. I mean, I do play Fortnite, but that's largely because my son plays it.
Okay.
If only because I get to run around in like Sarah Connor skins or Terminator skins or RoboCop skins. So I stick out like a sore thumb as like the oldest bloke playing the game because no other bugger's wearing those sorts of skins. But I'm doing my nostalgia skin bit. You know, it's kind of. I find it fascinating that I sold those skins for it as well. It's quite interesting that.
I'm thinking the other game that Ed might have chimed in with, that's the modern game that he still plays. I think that's over 10 years old now.
I played some remastered versions of games that I used to play.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So I had to think then. Yeah.
It has had re-releases though, hasn't it? So.
Yeah, but it's still effective the same game.
Would it count if it's been released since? Would it count?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Alex. You'd have to.
Yeah, with his caveats.
There's an Aliens game that's out that looks quite interesting, but I haven't got it.
It's not.
It's got to be Red Dead Redemption 2 for me.
I was going to say you're a current gamer, yeah.
That's the story mode to that is unbelievable.
I think I would probably go with Ghost of Tsushima. It would be a tie between that or Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. But I think Breath of the Wild, for me at least, relies a lot on my nostalgia for earlier Legend of Zelda games.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. It's fantastic and stands well on its own 2 feet. But there's a lot of Easter eggs in there for the earlier games that you're like, oh, I know what that is. Whereas Ghost of Tsushima, it's a completely original video game. It's a fantastic story. It's beautiful to look at. So yeah, I'd go with Ghost of Tsushima. Definitely.
Right. I'm going with that.
Okay.
Yeah, that is not 10 years old. This is
100 years old.
Just put my reading glasses on.
Yes, I forgot that they are still releasing games for it.
They are.
I'm just looking at what I've actually got installed on this machine. I'm like, no, there's none of those counts.
Yeah, they're still releasing games. I think it's 3 years old, this game. Yes, it's 3. Yeah, it's about 3 year old. Is this game, and it's a bloody good game. There's only 20 levels on it, but it's just an absolutely amazing game, and it's a homebrew game, and it's been released by a company called Retro Souls. Oh, that's it,
cool.
Yazzie. And if anybody has ever heard of or played a game called Load Runner, they will kind of get an idea of what this game's like. It's not exactly the same, but it takes its inspiration from a game called Load Runner.
Okay, fair enough.
So, there we go. So I got round that.
Has everybody answered? Has Andy answered?
The nearest I can get to in the last 10 years is probably Fortnite or Homeworld Remastered, technically, I guess.
Anyway,
it took me a little while to play back through. That was cool.
Right, do you want some pickups?
I'll just go through the chats and then we'll come over to you. So, evening all from Obi Rob Kenobi. We have the comments list. We've got some more hellos.
That's a name I've not heard in a long time.
Dave Nipple, Streets of Rage 4 is his favourite in the last 10 years. You can speculate what his favourite game might be before that. Kingdom Come, Deliverance, Star Wars Battlefront 2015, and Resident Evil 7 VR. Really? Okay. Top 3 is definitely Red Dead Redemption 2, Ghost of Tsushima, and God of War Ragnarok. Okay.
I think it's cute, doesn't it?
Yeah, you see, because I mean, I don't really play any new games. I think I still have he's still in the cellophane, but I've got the remake of Resident Evil 4 for the PS4, and he's still in the cellophane. I haven't played it yet because I enjoy the original.
That's one I do want to get. I play that over and over again. Played on the GameCube over and over again.
Yeah.
I've got a new one, sorry. Subnautica.
Alan says GTA 5 is better, but not in the last 10 years. It came out over 10 years ago.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, GTA 5. I mean, that's the one really. The two on the Xbox that I play the most is GTA 5 Online and Tron Legacy.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, not Legacy, Evolution. Tron Evolution.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It's an old Xbox 360 game, but it works on the Xbox One. And I still love that game. Still a fantastic game. And it still has the servers going for the online multiplayer.
God bless.
You know, which
you
is
can
great.
imagine a dusty room somewhere where all these old servers.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, though, it's catching it at the right time when there's other players on there playing.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, so those ones. And then obviously I play other games. Right, anyway, pickups. So, yeah. So, comic. Latest issue of Transformers.
As appeared in last night's episode.
It's what?
As it appeared in last night's episode.
It did, yeah. Already read
Did you change the price sticker on it, though?
No, I don't want wasting a price sticker.
If I'd have thought, I've missed a trick there. All these bloody years, I've missed a trick.
Well, what's that?
I mean, talk about chutzpah, honestly. I mean,
it's what?
It's chutzpah, isn't it? That I mean, swapping a bloody pricing sticker out. You know, you don't use barcodes or whatever. I mean, Jesus.
And then we've got an R5D4.
I knew Mark was going to do that. Mark's going to do. Oh,
you have to get an R2D2 as well to keep him.
Come down here.
So there's those. But there is more. It's been a busy couple of weeks actually.
It's got a
you
massive.
Can't just get the R2, can you? You've got to get. You can't get just R2. You've got to get R5 as well.
You do. This arrived today.
yeah, Scourge.
Scourge the Tracker. Or Thundercracker to those who know him better. And
I could never figure out who got transformed into who. Oh, look at that. That's a thing of beauty. And he's got his evil mustache beard combo going on.
Oh, yeah, he's got a... it's very tasty.
It is.
Very tasty indeed. Very weighty as well. Not transformed him yet. He's literally just come out of the box and posed, and that's it.
Cool.
I'll get round to him eventually. And then, oh yeah, right, okay, yeah. And then there was there's a couple of other bits I've got that's coming as well. I apologise in advance. There we go. She's very much naked, bless her, but she has a case on the way.
Nice.
So I have a couple of jobs to do on it. So the couple of jobs that I have to do on it, I thought, something, I'm going to treat myself. So I treat myself to a PCB holder. So I can put the PCB in. And then I also, you see, because I have loads of tools, lots of tools. I have different toolboxes for different jobs. I have a woodworking toolbox, I have an electrician's toolbox, I have a car working toolbox, mechanics and stuff like that.
Do you have a
And I
toolbox?
also have a what?
A toolbox.
Well, yeah, a toolbox. So I treat myself to another little toolbox, and I decided to treat myself to a new, because I needed a new one basically. So I treat myself. Oh, there you are. To a digital soldering iron.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Oh.
gosh.
So I can. Gone are the days now of just guessing the temperature. I can actually set the temperature and solder to my heart's content. But yeah, so I treat myself to that, and then sorry, there's one more thing, and then that's it. I've done. It was. I'm not taking it out of the bag, but you can. I don't mind showing you it. Actually, no,
ROM? Is it a ROM or something?
no, it's a Z80 processor.
Ooh.
So it's for. I have another Spectrum that's ailing a little bit. So because on the Z80 basically is the heart of a Spectrum along with the ULA, but they're knocking on a bit in years now, bless them. And on one of the Spectrums I've got, the M1 port is gone, and basically the M1 port on the Z80 processor is basically what controls, so you can like interface through it and load games and things like that. So new processor, then got a socketed cradle to put it in. Just makes it easier for welding and that. And then I've just got a bag of resistors and transistors and caps and stuff like that. So that's
question there. Is that like new old stock, or are they actually producing those now?
Right. Those are produced now. That's an original. So that's a new old stock Z80 processor.
Right.
But they do still make you can still buy Z80 processors. You find Z80 processors are still used today in equipment. Yeah.
Oh, right.
They're a bit sleeker, they're a bit smaller, but they are still used today.
Right.
It's like if you have I assume you all have a smartphone.
I do possess a smart.
Yes. Well,
mine's quite stupid.
Your smartphone, well, basically smartphones, pads, things like that, they will all have a chip in them called the ARM chip, which was built and designed originally by Acorn Computers back in the early 80s. So, and that's still being used. But yeah, the only one that you can't get new is the ULA. So people have made their own. So you can go to certain websites where you can get new versions of it, which will do the job of the ULA, but it isn't an original one. So if you get a spec, the ULA is that one there. That's the ULA.
Okay.
That's the Z80 there. That's the ULA. That's the lower RAM. Sorry, lower RAM, and then that's the upper RAM. All there. So,
cool.
So yeah, that's. I was actually more excited to get this lot than what I was to get Scourge.
So where do the light cycles go?
The light cycles, they're knocking about somewhere in the lower RAM.
Plenty of space in between the chips for the light cycles. It's fine.
For the light cycles, but yeah, so yeah, they were my pickups. So I'm looking forward to getting stuck into those and having a mess about with them. And that's it. That's it. Because the toy side really is getting really quiet. It's dropping off. Is the toy side, to be fair.
Are you growing up?
Pardon?
Are you growing up?
Don't be silly.
Oh no, well, no, I'm not growing up, but no, it's we've spoke about this before. I mean, this could lead into what kind of collector are you?
Well, I was literally just going to throw that up, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, nice segue.
That's seamless. That
It's a very nice segue. Is that we're 55 minutes nearly into this episode before we actually get into the bones of the theme of it.
Indeed.
And when did you think about that topic?
Well, actually, it was Kieran's idea, wasn't it? It was Kieran's idea. Mark did a video on the levels of collecting.
I haven't done
believe it
homework
was.
on that one either. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the levels of collecting that you did. And
I
in the
forgot it was
live
weeks
chat,
ago.
Kieran jumped in and said that this would make a really interesting topic for a live stream. And I was like, yes, it would. Let's do it.
And where's Kieran?
Well, he I don't think he's ever joined in any of my live chats. Sorry, no, my live stream.
Will it be on a different live stream?
I don't know. Oh, yes, could well be.
Could well be.
Hello, says Suzanne.
Suzanne!
Not talking to three of us, she's just talking to you.
Yeah. Cheers.
So, am I going to read this article out, or I think it's probably makes sense if I do, or
No,
at least
watch my video.
highlight it. Go on, let's pop it up so people can see it anyway.
Yeah.
So it's an article from December 14th, 2023. So what, 4 weeks ago? Yeah. Understanding the different types of toy collectors. Toy collecting has become a popular hobby worldwide, attracting a vast and diverse community of enthusiasts. From vintage action figures to rare board games, there is a collector for every type of toy imaginable. Each collector has their unique preferences, motivations, and reasons for indulging in this passionate pursuit. In this article, we explore some of the different types of toy collectors and gain a deeper understanding of their motivations and interests. There's the vintage enthusiast, which we all fall into that bracket, I would say. But one of the most prevalent types of toy collectors is the vintage enthusiast. These collectors focus on acquiring toys from bygone eras, often seeking items that evoke a sense of nostalgia from their own childhood. Vintage action figures, dolls, and model cars are some of the most sought-after items in this category. These collectors often value the historical significance and rarity of these toys, appreciating them as pieces of art and cultural artifacts. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say pieces of art. The comic book fanatic. Well, straight away there, we've moved away from toys. That's a different. Yeah, I'm going to take that banner off for you, Andy. You can't be seen, can you?
I was having fun with the banner then.
There we go. Okay, so the comic book fanatic. Comic books have captivated audiences for decades, and comic book collectors extend their passion to toys based on their favourite characters. From Marvel to DC, there is an abundance of toys available, ranging from action figures to plush toys. These collectors often have an intimate knowledge of the comic book universes and take pride in their extensive collections. The thrill of obtaining limited edition toys and exclusives is a significant driving force for this type of collector. See, I'd argue that a lot of toys that were a gateway for comic collectors would be from vintage toys, like the Mego toys and the Corgi Batmobile and everything.
There'd be a lot of crossover.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think that.
I think it stems from something that's further down, which is what I class myself as.
Okay, yeah, I know exactly what you're referring to there.
Yeah.
I know what you're referring to there. The board game aficionado. I've got to be honest with you. I think that this article's a load of rubbish. Board games have always been a beloved form of entertainment, and many collectors are devoted to building their board game collections. These individuals appreciate the strategic elements and social interaction that board games provides. For them, board games are not just toys, but also a means of fostering quality time and strengthening relationships. The benefits of board games for family bonding and engaging in family activities cannot be overstated. These collectors actively seek out new releases, limited edition, and vintage board games that hold historical value. That goes back to something earlier on, doesn't it? Exploring the fascinating history of classic board games also adds another layer of interest for this type of collector.
Are board games toys?
Well, you play with them.
Okay.
The category normally is the toy and game category.
Mousetrap is.
Puzzle games have long been hailed for their ability to provide stress relief and promote mindfulness. This therapeutic aspect attracts a specific type of toy collector, the puzzle master. These collectors find solace and relaxation in the intricacy of puzzles, whether they are jigsaw puzzles, brain teasers, or 3D puzzles. The therapeutic power of puzzle games for stress relief is well documented, making them an appealing choice for those seeking a mindful and calming hobby. The completionist is a type of collector who strives for completeness in their toy collections. They are not satisfied with having just a few items from a specific line. Their goal is to collect every variation, addition, and accessory available. This type of collector often invests a significant amount of time, effort, and resources to track down rare and hard-to-find items, such as carded Palitoy vinyl cape Jawas. The satisfaction of completing a collection is the ultimate reward for the completionist. The pop culture devotee. Pop culture is a powerful force that influences our lives in countless ways. Some toy collectors focus their efforts on collecting toys that represent their favorite movies, TV shows, or video games. These collectors are passionate about the characters and storylines that have captured their hearts. From Star Wars to Harry Potter, there is no shortage of toys available for these dedicated collectors. Most will be available at Cosmic Toys. The artist collector. For some collectors, toys are not just objects to be displayed, but canvases for artistic expression. These artists transform plain toy figures into unique works of art through customizations, repaints, and modifications. The artist collector sees the toy as a blank slate, an opportunity to showcase their creativity and individuality. These one-of-a-kind creations often become highly sought-after pieces in the collector community. And that brings us back to the carded Palitoy vinyl cape Jawa. What would you like to see that chopped up and customized into? The investor has just lost all his money because his vinyl cape Jawa has had its head chopped off. Last but not least, we have the investor. This type of collector views toys as financial assets and potential investments. They carefully research market trends, anticipate future demands, and make strategic purchases with the hope of realizing a return on their investment. Limited editions, rare variants, and toys associated with iconic characters hold particular appeal to these collectors. In conclusion, the world of toy collecting is a vibrant and diverse community with collectors encompassing a wide range of interests and motivations. Whether driven by nostalgia, artistic expression, or the thrill of the hunt, collectors find joy and fulfillment in assembling their prized collections. Understanding the different types of toy collectors allows us to appreciate the depth and diversity within this fascinating hobby.
Yeah, which is in no way dominated by white middle-aged blokes.
Look how diverse this.
You were a mute, then you'll have to read it all again.
No, it's just been taken down. Strangely enough, that website's just vanished. It was there and then it's gone.
Wow!
I'm joking.
Wow!
We've got usual Mike in the chat.
Michael,
hello, if you're interested in joining. You are welcome to. I did mean to send you a link, but completely forgot. But it's there if you want.
About you. I'll tell you.
We've
forgot about me last time.
Jumpy. Games are games. Are we talking games, video games, or board games?
I think you meant board games in that particular point in time, but yeah.
We've got highs and whatnots. So yeah, after reading that through, what kind of toy collector are you? I'm going to put that.
I have to remember the categories now. Good lord.
I missed it. What did it say?
I collect modern tat. There.
Well, I guess most of us would be. No. Actually, no. I mean, I would put myself in the nostalgia bracket because I don't buy a lot of new stuff.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good afternoon. Good evening.
Good morning.
It's on 8 a.m.
8 a.m. at your end, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you catch most of that? Because I'm not reading it out again, Mike.
Yes, I did.
Say no.
No, but didn't you say the website just vanished?
Yeah, because I'm not reading it out again.
It's a bit like a Venn diagram, though, isn't it? 'Cause there's a lot of overlap there. Because you could be a pop culture devotee who likes nostalgic pop culture, and therefore,
and collects the board games associated with the pop culture that you collect, and is also a completionist. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you see, I wouldn't say that I am necessarily a completionist because, for example, I have a lot of Corgi Juniors, but I don't have every Corgi Junior, nor am I seeking to have every Corgi Junior because I'm getting the ones that I remember or that mean something to me. Occasionally, I will get some for the sake of doing a video because it tickles me. But generally, what I'm getting is stuff that I had before, or I'm getting gaps that I just never picked up but would have liked to had I had more money at the time. So one pickup I didn't get around to showing was this. So that's Commander Susan Ivanova from Babylon 5, from the 30 centimeter tall boxed version rather than the sort of solid plasticky chunky action figure version. It's quite reasonably articulated. She has elbows and knees and shoulders and all that sort of good stuff, and she's even got a little hair braid on the back, which is impressive. But her box was a bit wrecked, so I got her out rather than Jakar, who I left in his box. But,
I'd heard that her box were a bit wrecked. I think they used to call her the Babylon 5 bicycle. Everyone had a ride.
You just had to go there.
I did.
Have you not seen the episode where she demonstrates sex and it's not quite what you might think?
No, I've not been subjected to the horror of Babylon 5.
I know that Ed has to leave us early, but if he carries on, he's booted.
Ejected out of the airlock, but he has to have his clothes removed first.
Right.
That's another reference.
Ed does actually have to leave us early, so I've got to get his thoughts on this subject before he does.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's. I'll be brief. I don't think it just seems to be again this thing about trying to put people into boxes.
Yes.
Yeah, and not just the toys. It's. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how I would classify myself as a collector because, I mean, I've made it known before when we've had live streams and stuff like that. My actual active collecting days are finished. I now just buy to either upgrade or replace. My main primary collecting focus is done, and it's been, to be fair, it's been complete really for it's probably a good chunk of years. Yeah. So
would you consider though that would make you a completionist?
Well, no, because I'm far from a completionist. Because to be a completionist, I would need a hell of a lot bigger space,
he's larger property.
No, I mean in the sense of you give yourself a purview of what you wanted to collect, 84, 85, and characters off the poster for the movie, and you didn't stop until you got all that. So would that make you a completionist?
I suppose it would make me a completionist within that particular remit that I gave myself, but I don't think it would qualify me as a completionist in the eyes of the wider collecting community, because they would say, oh yeah, but you don't have the power dashes, you don't have the omnibots, you haven't got the deluxe insecticons, so in that respect I probably wouldn't fill that categorization, but so I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm more of a. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a magpie now, because I just pick up bits that maybe catch my eye from time to time. Case in point, the two, the R2 and the R5 Black Series. I'd really no intention of getting those, but to be fair, there was two reasons why I got those. One reason was because I wanted to see how they compared. Because I have the Bandai kit versions of them. So I wanted to see how they compared to them. But also as well, I mean, after a tip of the hat to Mark's video that he did when he got his R2 and R5, because it was like, I thought actually, yeah, they may compare quite well. I digress ever so briefly. I do have an issue with the R5 that I have because he's a bit twang-toed. His outer legs are bent in, so I might have to boil him to see if
every single one of the ones I received are exactly the same.
Right. Oh yeah. No, I mean it just is what it is. You know.
I actually think it's the packaging. I think it's that inner plastic tray that forces the legs twist.
Yeah. Well, I had this issue. I had this issue when I got Boba Fett. You know, the Return of the Jedi Boba Fett.
Nice.
His helmet needed boiling. You know, to get it into shape, and some of the stormtroopers as well. They could be the same. But no, back to the collecting part. So yeah, I don't know. I think maybe, and I don't think I'd fall into the category of a pop culture collector, because it's like, you know, I mean, the term pop culture seems to move, you know, depending on what's currently in fashion at the time, you know. So
what's the flavor of the month?
Yeah, what the flavor of the month is, you know. So I really don't know. Maybe I'm just an ex-collector or maybe an ad hoc collector.
Yeah, a collector in recovery.
yeah. So it's, you know, because it's I don't know. You see, because I'm not active within the collecting community in that respect. I'm not collecting. It's like there's a lot of stuff that I just don't know. I'm just not aware of because I'm not active in that, you know, that side of it. You know, I don't buy any of the new stuff, you know, which some of it looks nice, some of it doesn't, you know. So I don't know. I honestly don't know how I would categorize myself on that one. I'd have to leave that up to other people to voice their opinions on it. But yeah. And as Forrest Gump would say, that's all I have to say on that.
Well said.
Sorry, Dave's just mentioned. Yeah, completion is someone who collects entire lines. You know,
I think that's what most people would say.
Yeah,
but I think your definition of line is a very sort of personal thing. So I smiled, Mark, listening to the auctioneer chap, because when he talked about what he collected, he immediately went to sort of 1950s, this, that, and you can see it was just, it was very, very focused in terms of what he was interested in. And I guess the more you do that, the easier it is to then be a completionist, because you can get to the end of that, can't you? So you know, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So this is an earlier comment that he said, and I kind of agree with this one. I think most toy collectors, their focus will be rooted in nostalgia, but you also pick up things that you just like.
Yeah, you do. I do agree with that. I mean, mine is. Oh, sorry, I'm just shutting up shop here early. It's the Transformers that I collected were ones that the few that I had as a kid, but it was more the ones that I didn't have as a kid, you know, and like saying I mean, I got back into collecting because of something that was happening in my life at that point, you know, so something was happening and it was like, right, okay, I'm just going to shift my focus to this, you know, and it went, but like I said, like a lot of collectors, you go through that phase, I think, where you just buy everything and then you suddenly have that moment of clarity and you think, right, no, I'm not doing this now. And then you just sell a load of stuff and then you then reassess your focus, you know. So yeah, I think nostalgia does play a lot into it, you know, on that side. So yeah. Right, and on that, I'm going to go then. So enjoy the rest of the stream, chaps, and I will catch up with you all later. All right.
Okay.
Good night. Take care.
You too.
And we're all a bit bigger now.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with my camera. I'm the palest out of us all, and he's an Englishman, for crying out loud. I should be the brownest.
Yeah, we've got no sunshine at the moment. It's freezing cold here.
If the sun's not even powerful enough to melt the ice at the moment, that's how bad it is. But yeah, I mean, this is an example of an impulse buy on my part. Which I never owned one of these. This is a laser tag, like an official laser with a Z tag gun. And I got it purely on impulse because I thought that's a cool gun. It's a cool laser gun.
I just threw 2 of those in the bin.
Yeah.
Why would you want to do a thing like that?
Throw that one in the
Do
bin.
you remember the British auction toilet I got that stunk?
All right.
Everything in it was mouldy. They were amongst them.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Ooh, PlayStation. Those guns retail for $60, $60 US back in the day. That was a lot of money.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Cutting edge.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I could never afford them as a kid. No.
but when I saw it, I had 2 thoughts. I thought V, and then I thought phaser. Neither of which is accurate.
No.
but it's a cool
And it's the color of the kit Knight Rider.
yeah.
Yes.
It's got an 18 strike
18 strike too.
as well. I mean, it's
Ticking all the boxes.
yeah, ticking all the boxes.
Tanto Albert says, if you could choose a video game to become a live-action TV series or movie, what would it be?
Elite.
Dig Dug.
Dig Dug. Space Invaders.
GoldenEye.
Golden Axe.
No.
Apparently Red Dead would make a perfect TV show. Is that not happening?
Yeah, there's that many
Well, doing it with Halo,
That's
haven't they?
happening though, isn't it?
cowboy shows, isn't there?
Mark thinks Metal Gear Solid.
They're doing Fallout, aren't they?
Yeah, that came out of the blue to me.
Mm.
The trailer dropped and I had no idea it was coming. And I was surprised how good it actually looks.
I like Fallout. I mean, I haven't played the more modern ones, but I enjoyed the earlier ones, definitely.
It gives me a little bit of hope for the Warhammer series because that's coming from Amazon as well, isn't it?
There's some great. There's already some great Warhammer animated stuff though on the. I think it's on their channel, isn't it? They've got a channel or something.
They have a streaming service.
Looks awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, they have a streaming service.
Yeah.
I'm not putting that up, Logan. That's not a video game. Not that I'm aware of, anyway. So maybe to stay as close to that as possible, we'll go with Leisure Suit Larry. Is it?
I remember that.
I'd like to see a. Oh, that's a good one, Jumpy. BioShock.
I know of it.
Dead Space. I'd like to see an animated, taken seriously this time, Legend of Zelda series. And each series could be an adaptation of the different games because they're all different styles, aren't they?
Have you never done an anime film of Zelda?
No.
Only
They
fan-made
did a
stuff.
really cheesy animated series back in the late 80s, early 90s, and it was really cheesy. Well, excuse me, princess.
And I'll tell you why that would be good being animated, because no one out there who loves that series would agree on the actors for it. They'd be like, oh, that's the wrong actor for that. So being animated, everyone's gonna be like, that's what it looks like, that's how it is. Looks just like it does in a video game. It'd work.
Yeah. Except they'd argue over the voice actors, presumably, but apart from that.
That's another contentious point.
Well, that's the thing, because in the games, Link doesn't talk.
That's true. That's true.
He doesn't talk. I'm guessing he's mute because everyone responds to him as though he's just told them something. But he doesn't actually speak himself. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Tetris.
It was a good documentary. That it was like a drama documentary, wasn't it?
Yeah. So anyway, back on topic. What kind of question is it? Where would you put yourself, Andy?
Enthusiastic amateur.
Amateur. Okay.
And I will expand on that in the sense that I haven't been doing it that long, really. I mean, I used to collect comics, or at least to some extent I did when I was younger, and I still have that collection. but really, it's only in the last few years that I've tried to build collections of anything. So, so building the Eagle Moss kind of collection, which is probably by far and away my biggest single collection of, similarly produced stuff.
Okay.
And you guys have got far more depth and knowledge than I have in your sort of chosen specialist areas. I'm on the sort of the learning curve with a lot of it at the moment.
Yeah, but do you realise that's actually something I find quite interesting about your videos? Because you're coming at it from such a fresh angle.
Yes, well, and this is the thing, because this is why it's fascinating for me when I'm kind of like driving, going with Mark to the fairs and stuff, because it's kind of he's the sort of the veteran, and I'm sort of just kind of trying to sort of absorb the knowledge, and it's
he's the master and you're the Padawan.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone. But it's just because and sort of stuff like trying to repair stuff and all that sort of stuff. I think I'm sure you can do that sort of stuff as well if you need to, Gareth. But it's like I'd never attempt the sort of stuff that Mark can do, with kind of repainting something and all that sort of market. So I find that sort of thing fascinating to see that you can actually kind of bring them up again and and sort of bring them up to a sort of a decent looking appearance. That's a Twitch promo thing.
I'm guessing that's some kind of spam.
Yeah, spam.
It's a Twitch promo spam thing.
Oh, we're on Twitch.
Yeah.
Hello to all the bots on Twitch.
Yeah. So I personally am probably a bit of I would view I want to call myself a generalist simply because I'm dotting around in the sense that I'm getting different stuff from different lines as it occurs to me, and they probably are kind of replacements of stuff that I used to have when I was little. I don't know there's a huge amount that I've got that I didn't have. Although little things like Ertl Kit and Ertl A-Team definitely didn't have those. But obviously they appeal to me as my sort of 80s nostalgia side. They appeal to me. It's just. I find to my mind it's a bit like time travel, because like certain things take me right back to certain places in my childhood, and I can put myself there. And it's just that for me is a nice thing to be able to do, just to go back, So I think for me that's certainly a part of it. But then equally, I've got stuff like my DJI, which I would never have owned when I was little, and that's just like that for me is a sort of tribute to my sort of Starfleet, sort of involvement over the years, and it's just just one of those things I couldn't really pass up. Every now and again, I'll just hit one of those where I just thought I can't not, like the Ulysses figure. It's like I wasn't looking for it, didn't know it existed, saw it, went, yes, But again, that's part of the fun of that for me is the thing of getting myself out to these fairs, which isn't something I've done, prior to last year really at all, and just going to see what is actually available that I might never have seen before. I mean, eBay's a sod for chucking stuff at me and saying, wouldn't you quite like this? Now, me going, yes, please, thank you, eBay, and then cursing eBay as I pay for it. But apart from that, that algorithm, fair dues to them, bloody clever. You've got to hand it to them. But then, if I didn't go to the fairs, I wouldn't have found that Ulysses. So it's all swings and roundabouts at the end of the day, isn't it? In terms of what you can and can't find. Then obviously, I found yourself through YouTube and COVID. In terms of your store and stuff, so I would never have thought.
Okay, that's interesting.
I would never have thought to go to Dewsbury looking for a nostalgic toy store.
I did wonder how you'd found us, but I didn't know.
Yeah, well, ironically, it was that stupid toy shop on tour episode where they said you were in Leeds, and I thought you were somewhere near the markets in Leeds, and actually went looking for you around there. And thought this isn't right. So then I looked you up separately, and went, oh right, wrong place. Right. So then I went and visited you off the back of that. So. That for me was a kind of an eye opener in terms of okay. So
I still get people asking me whereabouts in Leeds I am.
It's the curse of that.
I've seen you on Toy Shop on Tour, and it says that you're in Leeds. Whereabouts in Leeds are you? It's like nowhere near Leeds.
Nowhere near. No, completely not in Leeds.
10 miles away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic advertising. It's just a shame they got the address wrong.
Yeah. Well, they can Google you. It's fine. We got there in the end anyway, so.
Google doesn't help. Keep telling everyone that I'm open on a Monday.
Can you tell Google when you're open? I think you can.
Yeah, I know. I keep changing it, and then they change it back.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it's like, well, it says that he's open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so he must be open Monday as well. No.
That's curious. Yes.
Anyway, Mike, yourself?
Well, the kind of collector I think I was just like cogs in the brain were like, how is this going to sound? Well, I've been a collector my whole life, and through the years, I've changed as a collector, a Hot Wheels collector, Star Trek collector, Micro Machine collector. Yeah, I've just gone through phases for a long time as well. And like, I'd say a modern collector more than anything, because I see like, even like vintage collection today, it looks like the old stuff. So I buy that, but I'm so on a nostalgia kick right now. I'm loving the old stuff as well. So I've got this thing where I just go in this wave of what kind of collector would you call me? I've got, a lot of stuff I don't need, but being a lifelong collector, it's, yeah, I even collect trading cards. You know that it's like something else on top of that. It's like, oh my God. And then you giving me my third comic of all time. It's like, oh, it's
Really?
Yeah. I've never collected comics in my life. Brilliant.
Interesting.
You got me on another tear now.
Yeah, be careful on the comics. That's a very slippery slope.
Yeah.
There's plenty out there to collect. You can never be a completionist. I collect comics. You can't get them all. There's just that many of them. Like trading cards, there's millions of them. Literally millions of them made.
Billions, probably.
Yeah.
But like you're saying about eBay, it's very like you get on there and you're like, oh, gee, there's something nice here. Even when I'm watching Mark and he's got the auction and there's like an item come up I've never seen before. It's like, oh, look at this. It's showing an old school toy that I didn't even know existed. There's lines in it. I think I didn't even know about the V line until you told me there was V action figures from back in the day. Yeah, Mark's above me. Mark, that fella right there. Right there.
Him over there.
3 3/4 inch V figures. Like that they look fantastic. I'll never own them because they're expensive as ever.
I've still yet to do that video.
I did see a V shuttle and I thought of you the other day when I saw a V shuttle and I thought, no. It's a lump of white plastic. Just no. I mean, one thing I'm finding is that I am starting to get a little bit pickier. So it's like I can say no to things if I think just, no. Because
is it because you got something similar already?
I've spent enough, or
it's usually because he's paying 3 with PayPal. He's already spoken up for.
They've taken that off me now. You see, they were trying to tempt me into PayPal credit, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. No.
He's on to Amazon.
I called Akbar on that one. It's a trap.
I've never used PayPal paying 3. I think I've used PayPal credit twice, but that was like to buy an iPhone. It's
can I just ask
very big.
You guys in the UK have paying 3?
Yeah,
we have paying 4.
I'm sure there may be different flavors of it available, but eBay is tied into the PayPal paying 3.
Yeah, we have paying 4.
You're paying double what everybody else pays.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Yeah. That's true. I have to pay 4. We get an extra payment to go.
Yeah, you're not getting it any cheaper.
But it stretches out. There's paying 4. It's like 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks.
You should play figures a lot. Well, we collect them. I don't know. I stand them up. I don't know if I play with them.
Yeah, I don't. No.
Well,
when you used to play with them, it was like your imagination. You made the story up, but I won't be able to do that now.
Yeah, that's just it. I mean, that's what Mantiforce got me on when I was a kid. It was playing with it and taking these ships on adventures, exploring and coming across the enemy and having little battles. It was all that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think I could do that now.
No.
But I can look at the toys and I can imagine myself doing it as a kid.
Remember you playing with? Yeah. I mean, it was when Mandalorian first came out. That made me want to play with toys again, play with my figures again.
Oh, right.
It was that feeling of,
Thing.
wow, Star Wars again, proper Star Wars.
Proper Star Wars.
And that's what made me feel like I want to play with my figures. But, you know, you just don't have that. I don't know if it's the imagination bit or it's just, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
And then season 3 came out.
Yeah. And then a movie came out, and then another series came out. And then, oh, God.
Milking it for all it's worth.
There's not enough hours in the day. That's the problem.
You know, it dawned on me recently. In fact, I was talking to Ed about it on Monday. I cancelled with O2 and moved over to Vodafone in, I think it was like September last year. And I had my Disney Plus through my O2 package. Yeah. So my Disney Plus subscription got cancelled automatically. And I never even thought of it. And it was about 3 weeks ago, the girls, my daughters came to me and said, Dad, we're trying to watch something on Disney Plus and it won't let us. And I'm like, well, it should do. Oh, so from September until December, I never even logged in. I never clicked on the app to go to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
That goes to show how much interest I have in this new stuff that they're churning out. I'm not even interested in watching it.
Well, I watched Echo last week and I wish I hadn't.
I saw the trailers. I went, meh.
I'm going to get rid of that banner now. I'll tell you what I will do. No, I won't put that on because we've lost one and we've gained another. So I was going to put the little ticker across the bottom, but it'll be advertising Volts of Viacom. It won't be advertising Usual Mike, so never mind.
He's got enough subs anyway.
Yeah, fair enough.
In the month of December, it was pretty slow. Yeah, I did 5 videos in the month of December. I'm always very, very busy during December, so I don't put a lot of videos out. And at the end of the month, I got, you made 0 subs. No one joined me in December.
Really?
It's gone up now that I've done videos in January. I've done like 6 videos already just this month. But December was like nothing.
Wow,
That's YouTube for you.
that's interesting. I was saying to Mark before the stream that because obviously I'm still small fry. I've only just got my 500 just before Christmas.
You got 600 now.
I'm just over 600 now, and it's like, where's that 100 come from?
Congratulations.
It's interest. It's additive, I think.
It's just
Starts to roll
nowhere,
after a bit.
Yeah.
It seemed to take ages to go from 400 to 500.
Yeah.
But then 500 to 600, it's 2 weeks.
I think it's hard to establish an audience because there are so many things that people can be watching these days. It's hard, you know.
Yeah, no, I agree with
YouTube
that.
have made it so bad, especially with live streams like this. They do not push these out at all. When I first started, obviously we had the Palo Boys, and everybody, we've got so many people watching it.
Live streams, they're always top of the
my
feed.
channel immensely. But now with I mean, the only things I get them all the time. Do shorts. I don't want to do shorts.
No, I'll tell you why not. I started doing shorts, and it started recommending my shorts rather than my regular videos.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're expecting more shorts, and I'm not pushing them out, so my videos weren't getting watched because I'm buried in the algorithm.
Yeah. Now, there might be the occasional thing which seems obvious to me that will be a short, and I'll do something for it. But no, there seems to be so much more work editing-wise that goes into a short that I'm not going to benefit from.
Best to put that on Instagram. Put that on Instagram as your.
I did one the other day,
teaser,
which was a clip of the auction where I won the Boba Fett, and I got 2,000 views on that, which I don't class as views really because it's a short. But I only put that up so that it'll go to the video.
Yeah.
That's all I do shorts for these days. So it's like an advert for your main video.
As a trailer, yeah.
So Logan's asking, where do we see the new Daredevil series? Well, it's going to be on Disney Plus, but I won't be watching it.
Not at Gareth's house.
Also, did you hear about the new Star Wars movie plotline, apparently, where Rey is pregnant with Ghost Ben Solo? Well, they've been saying that since Rise of Skywalker.
That was in Rise of Skywalker, wasn't it? Yeah, but
Yeah, they've been saying that since then. I don't listen to a lot of the rumours.
Oh, can I tell you, is this about droids? You know, the cartoon droids that I've been hooked on and all that? The bad guy in the last season of Droids is called Kybo Ren.
Yes.
Yep.
It shocked me. It just shocked me when I heard that. What?
JJ was completely original. He hasn't got an original bone in his body.
Never throw anything away.
That's why his production has a bad robot.
Same with Mace Windu, isn't it? I mean, that Mace Windu was supposed to be in the originals, the Star Wars.
Yeah. Mike looks lost there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, in the original draft, for the Star Wars,
Yeah,
it was the adventures of Luke, Starkiller, and Mace Windu.
So name's been around a long time.
Mace Windu is actually Leia's sister, Leia's brother.
His brother from a different mother.
Oh, what's on the mug?
That guy. What's his name?
Right, Rick and Morty.
Yes.
Rick and Morty.
And my daughters have gone and stuck stickers like that on it. He's holding a bird.
I'm using a Death Note one at the moment.
Nice.
Yeah. I haven't seen that in a lot of
bit of
years. I
Death
need to
Note.
give that a watch. That might be one to watch with the girls. They're probably getting to the age where they'll appreciate that.
Death Note. That was when you were in school and you'd pass that note across to the class. Give it to that girl I like, and she'd get over there, and she'd open up. Read I like you. Can we talk sometime? And she'd turn around and give you that death stare. That was the Death Note. Yeah, I'm in trouble now. She'd hold it up and go, teacher, I just got past this note. You're like, oh, shit. Here's trouble.
Did that happen a lot to you then, Mike?
Every time I hear the word Death Note, I reminisce that memory.
Okay. Okay.
I was always a ladies' man in school. I always was. As weird and nerdy and geeky as I was, or as weird looking as I was at a very young teenage age, I'd try and tune up any girl I liked. And I'd go for the most popular one out there.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Facts.
Well, obviously you landed one at one point.
Yeah, an Australian one.
Fair enough. Is there anything else to talk about tonight?
Did you want to see my indie prop?
Oh,
Do you not want to ask me about my collecting habits?
I thought we already had. You said yours were pop culture.
Yeah, but I want to, I need to elaborate.
We'll see what
Okay.
Mike's got to show,
I
and then
don't
we will
have
bring
to.
you up.
I don't have to.
Press the button on the front and it lights up. You can't even see.
Yeah, it changed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it doesn't light up. In the
it
film.
does.
No, you take it out of this one, the light goes out, and you stick it in this hole, does nothing. This hole does nothing. This hole does nothing. Go back to the original
Did you
middle.
know those holes in the floor? There's 365 holes
One for each day of the
for
year.
each day of the year.
Oh,
So you put the staff in the correct hole for that day.
Right.
right.
I also wondered about that.
Then can you read the hieroglyphs? I don't know what that says.
I believe it says circle, stick, squiggle,
Buy
squiggle.
Hasbro. Buy Hasbro.
So that says, I like you. Would you like to meet up sometime?
Pass this brick across.
Stick your
So
stick in the right hole. That's what it says.
Originally, this was 108 Aussie dollars.
Not that one.
And it went down to $90 Australian. And then when I saw it in the store that I got it from, it was down to 30. So
Wow.
Ours haven't come down that much.
They're
Just put
all
your
on
hand
clearance.
over it.
Over here. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
See, it looks too big to me.
oh yeah, because it's got to
Yeah.
cover the.
Yeah,
I
it
know
looks
what you
too
mean.
big.
I know what you're saying.
It needs to
They're
be
looking in the
there,
wrong
doesn't it?
place.
You're digging in the wrong place.
That's what I said.
Logan says Rick and Morty is a terrible series.
I watched it.
Watch
No.
Berserk instead.
No, Rick and Morty is
Right.
fantastic.
Actually, I don't think you need to be on big screen. Do you need to be on big
Forgotten
screen for
now.
this? There we
I've
are.
forgotten.
Go on. Yeah, so go on then, Mark. What kind of collector are you?
I've forgotten.
You forgot.
No, I was thinking that it's like Mike said, it changes.
Yeah.
I mean, I am obviously pop culture. It's all the things I've got for TV and film, like my corgis. They're all like James Bond, all the TV and film cars and things like that. Everything I've got really is from a movie or TV
So
series.
hieroglyphs.
Maybe I've got. So, yeah, I am pop culture.
You like that one?
I obviously had a shop, so I am part collector, part flipper, part YouTuber, because I obviously buy things in to review. You know what I mean? It changes over the time. Well, yeah, it's hard.
You've been a lifelong
down,
collector,
really.
is that right? Did you say you've been a lifelong collector?
Oh yeah.
From
Yeah,
very first getting a toy car as a
I
kid,
can
you're
remember
like, I've got
getting
to
the
have another one.
Batmobile. I can remember getting the Batmobile in about 74. When I was a kid. I had 2 Batmobiles as a kid. That was the only time my dad bought me another toy. He said, "You have to look after them. You have to look after them." But I played with it that much. He says, "We'll get you a new one." And I was like, "Oh!"
Before all of us were born, 74.
Yeah, so
It's gone back.
I always looked after my toys.
Yeah.
Always.
I was mortified when someone broke the arm off my Megatron. Mortified I was.
Surprised I didn't have the boxes for them. I kept the boxes for a lot of things, but it's like the Action Man and things like that. Why did you throw them away?
But Transformers boxes, if you wanted the tech spec, you had to cut the bloody box. If you wanted the robot points, you had to cut the bloody box up. I mean,
same with the cabacks.
Yeah, you had to
The
cut
pops,
off.
You had to cut the nameplate out, didn't you?
oh yeah.
If you wanted to send off for an Admiral Akbar or an Emperor.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Why Palatoy? I mean, with the Kenner, it was just like the circle on the back on it. It was. He even shows it on the advert. This kid cutting the.
They didn't have it on Action Force, did they? There's not on Action Force. No, see Action Force card.
Yeah.
Nothing on there.
No, it was Star. Well, the Action Man was Stars. I don't know if there was a mail away with the Action Force. So I don't know what you did with the Action Force, if I remember.
Yeah, it's huge. It's like you gotta, that's
You had to put your red glasses on and read that.
you got a little rectangle, red rectangles put on top of it.
That's right.
A
My knowledge of
strawberry
Transformers
cream
is very
wrapper from
poor.
a tin of roses.
Yeah.
That did the job.
I'm a bit depressed now.
The thought of cutting up packaging.
I wonder how many they actually produce, though. Is there a number for that? I'm just sort of thinking about, what the remaining population is as a percentage of the ones that originally came out.
Five nameplates.
To get
5 bloody nameplates.
Well, that
What
one
was
says
thinking?
5 proofs of purchase, doesn't it?
Yeah, nameplates.
Another one.
When you become a Star Wars bounty hunter, see that's what they came with later. The bounty hunter logos, but they were on the boxes for the vehicles as well. But you don't see them cut out in the boxes for the vehicles. You never see them.
Do you know why? I think it's because when you finish with them and you put them away, The vehicles you could put back in the box. The figures, you would throw the packaging away.
Yeah. But the Action Man stars were cut out of the boxes.
All right.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Mr.
have a new
Mrs.
arrival.
Brower says, good evening, everyone.
Hey, Jerry.
Yeah, that's interesting, is that? Oh, I've got another giveaway coming up.
Oh.
Ooh.
Don't know when I'm going to do it, but it's going to be this chappy.
Oh.
Not bothered then.
Shiny.
I won't be able to.
Yes.
The
Carbonised
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett, because I think I've got about 4 of them at the moment, so I thought I'm sick of seeing them now.
When it first came out, I loved it. Everyone sort of hates it. Everyone doesn't like that figure. I love that figure.
I think everyone loved it, and they all bought it, and now they're just sticking to the normal kind of coloured versions of Black Series and getting rid of carbonized credit collections and things like that.
Yeah, they did the white boxes at the same time, didn't they?
Yeah, around that time. The first editions, they called. They're going to be expensive in years to come. Those first editions. Give it 10, 15 years, everyone will be like, oh, remember when they did the Black Series in a white box? And they'll be chasing them down.
That
No.
is completely artificial because they were released on the same day as the normal versions. So to call them first editions is disgusting.
They had no time to be out on their own for first editions at all.
Exactly, yeah. They were received by retailers on the same day.
Yeah.
It was one of the first Fridays, wasn't it?
Yeah. The retailer here in Australia didn't even put pictures up on their website when they dropped of the white boxes. They just had the figures on the website. So people bought them when they turned up in the mail. What's this white box? They'd send them back. They were pissed off. They were like, this isn't Black Series. What is this?
White Series. Oh, there we are. That's a new one. The White Series.
White Series.
Yeah, that's never going to happen, is it? They're never going to get rid of black for white.
Lost Fridays. I remember those. Now we got Mando Mondays. Woo!
What's Mando Monday?
They were dropping product on Mondays, especially through the Star Wars website, and call them Mando Mondays. It'd only be like a reveal of 1 or 2 items. Occasionally, they wouldn't even put an action figure. It'd be a Funko Pop and a pair of socks. I'm not kidding. So I was doing videos every time they do a drop Mando Monday. So here it'd be Tuesday for us here in this country. It would make no sense at all. Oh, this is coming.
Yeah, coming next year.
Funny.
Coming next year, but revealed on Mando Monday, kind of Tuesday.
Interesting.
You've forgotten about the series. We'll bring the toys out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get in touch with Hasbro, Mike?
No, they don't want to know me. They don't want to know me. I'm guessing because I've never leaked anything G.I. Joe. Maybe one day I'll get on the G.I. Joe live stream, but the Star Wars one is a no. Is a no. I think it's to do with that barge re-release information that they're not allowed to talk about. It's got to be.
We're never going to re-release it. Oh, here.
No, they tried to. Hasbro Asia tried to re-release it just after,
Well, they did,
just so the rest of the world could get it.
Atlas
And then
stuff.
they said, no, we're not doing that at all. This is why we want to sell it to parts of Asia. We want to sell it to the UK. We want to sell it to people in countries like Australia and New Zealand. And they're like, no, HasLab is a run and done thing. Yeah, so they blocked it. Here's poor old Hong Kong bloody office trying to get, sail barges out to everybody. And they were like, nope. Yeah. Oh, it's a long time ago
I
now.
really regret backing the Ghost.
You can have it in the shop. What are you talking about? It's going to be amazing. People
I
come in and
haven't
be
got
like,
room for it in the shop.
Yeah.
I haven't got room for it in the shop.
too many
You've got,
Doctor Who figures.
you've got a big front window. You'll be fine.
I've put my big Godzilla in that window. The big one that came just before Christmas. That takes up quite a substantial space.
Yeah, so it's nice, that.
It is nice. It is nice.
I
I actually shown it this week to the rep that sells me them because he'd not seen it. It's his job to sell them to retailers, and he hasn't seen it.
Funny.
So that happens quite a lot when I get to show them things that have come in. he's like, "Oh, I can recommend it now." Or I
know
can
what it
tell
looks
them it's
like.
rubbish now.
That's a bit like me. It's a bit like my school telling my mum and dad to get me BBC because they were going to like know everything and teach all the kids with it. And I ended up programming the turtle that school had to roll around on the floor and draw images and stuff with a program I'd written myself because I was the only bugger who had a vague clue how to do it. None of the teachers had clue one. So I became the expert in how to program the BBC. You know, it's like, this isn't how it was supposed to be. But anyway.
Yeah. I learned how to program a Spectrum, taught myself how to, basic. And then went to college to do computing, and it was all, like you said, BBC.
It's a shame you didn't
I
mention
had
this
to
earlier.
relearn everything.
It's a shame you didn't mention this earlier. You could have had a right chat.
Yeah. Spectrum.
It's coming back.
Yeah.
Jumpy's just ordered the Black Series white box wave, but they sent him a full box of first order snowtroopers by mistake. The shipping box unopened for months before he realised.
Black boxes with
That
white.
shouldn't be funny, but it is. And I just want to say as well, Jumpy, this guy here, absolutely fantastic muffins that he made. Those carrot. Shut up, Siri. Those carrot cake muffins that he made were absolutely delicious. Thank you very much, sir.
So
I thought you were pointing to me then. I thought muffins.
No, I mean, yeah, you know what I meant. I should have moved myself down here to do it, shouldn't I?
No, Mike's got to be down under.
Mike, down under. Is that better?
Yeah.
I'm always looking up.
Yeah. I can't handle Mark being on top of me, though.
That's not what you usually say.
Every day I'm shuffling.
Oh.
I did plan. I was thinking at Christmas after Christmas when we did the presents. Wouldn't it have been fantastic if we could sort of like each have them to hand? Yes, that's the one. If we could each have them to hand and we pass them to each other.
Yeah, that had occurred to me as well, but I couldn't figure out how you logistically do it.
It would have been amazing.
It would be a bit tricky.
Yeah.
You could do it on a pre-recorded basis, but I'm not sure you could do it on a live basis so easily, unless
Yeah,
they were all
possibly.
identical.
Possibly. It would have been good. Mike's like, what presents?
Yeah, I missed out on this, didn't I? Oh.
I didn't get a present. I got a good present from Gareth, though.
So just pass a brown cardboard box across, and then you pick it for granted that way.
Yeah.
That would have worked, actually. That would have worked. We could have done that.
Could have done. We'll have to do that next year. This year.
Yeah.
This year.
It'd be like, it'd be like this. It'd be like,
Still gonna be
here,
it.
here it comes, here it comes, and then you get it. And,
Come away, Andy.
it changed shape.
That would go right. Fine.
Yes. I was surprised, actually. That Godzilla t-shirt does fit me.
Good.
Yes. I am a double XL normally, so I was like, oh, it's going to be tight, is this? But no, it actually fits okay. Just do it being another inch longer, so I'll stretch it when it comes out of the wash.
Did you know they shrink in the
That'll do the
wash?
job. What's that, Mark?
Not saying a word.
It's when you put them in the tumble dryer, they shrink.
Is that what you've done with yours?
No. I wouldn't be that stupid. I just hang mine up. I hang mine up to dry.
No, because you were concerned yours was going to be too big for you, wasn't you?
Oh, was I?
Yes.
Oh no, it's fine. No.
That's fine. It's all right. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. We're comparing the size of man boobs.
Mm.
Mine are the biggest.
I've got to lose some. I mean, when I've lost some weight, it might be too big, so then I can think about it. But
Yeah. I know this little clip that Mark keeps putting at the end of all his videos of me and Forever Retro Mark. I keep looking and I'm thinking, oh my god, I need to lose some weight.
Is that the toy fair? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the one you talk about.
I can see that.
Yeah, I literally look like the Michelin Man in the clip that you put up of me chatting to the bloke who saw me the Ulysses one. It was like I was wearing my big winter jacket like all the time in the fair.
It's true, isn't it? The camera does add sizes.
Yes, yes, it does. Yes.
Really? Ooh.
Also, the amount of layers you blokes wear over there in the wintertime is ridiculous. Like really, really big puffy coats and stuff. Like you must see like a fit bird over there, and she takes off the jacket, and you go, "Oh, she's fitter than I thought." The layers come off, she's thinning out all.
Yeah, -2 today.
Was it -2? It felt colder than that in the shop.
Yeah, it
Well,
was way down to -5.
I was colder in the shop than it is outside.
Yeah.
It is 8:55 in the morning, 24 degrees. I know, and there's no sunshine. There's overcast and bleary.
I'm assuming that's Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit, Celsius. We use Celsius like you guys.
Oh dear. Okay.
We always use. Yeah,
It's his summertime. Don't forget.
Summertime.
It's not his.
I'm wearing a shirt. I'm not wearing a jacket.
Time.
I've got my t-shirt on.
Mm.
I've got a long sleeve shirt on, and I've got a thermal.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got my thermals on.
These triple layers.
Thermals. I've got a t-shirt.
I'm next to a radiator, so I'm fine. It's like...
Triple layers.
So cold.
I
used to live in Durham. I'm used to it.
Refuse to put the heating on.
Can't afford.
No, I've got to shop at Cosmic Toys. I can't afford heating.
Well, I think we're coming up on 2 hours, so are we going to wind it down? Does anyone need to say anything or promote anything? Have they got any videos coming out?
I would like to promote coming up soon. I am opening my Hiss tank.
Ooh, yes. Fantastic. Have you not opened it yet?
No, it was a gift, and I want to do it justice in a video.
Okay.
I want it properly.
It's
If it was just me in the background, I could just do it. But
it's funny when you've got something you really want to open, and yet you're waiting just to do a video of it before you actually treat yourself to the opening.
I've learned some patience there. Even if someone sent me a gift, sometimes it'll turn up. I tell the people, "Oh, that you sent me this. Thank you very much." I'll open it in a video, and I might not get to the video for like maybe 10 days. It's just sitting there, and I don't know what's in it, and I'm like, "Okay, I got to make a video when I get the time to do it."
Yeah, I just did that with the gift that I got off Lobot earlier today.
It's exciting.
They're a belated Christmas present, but
Action Force
against Cobra the enemy.
I saved them to open up on this stream.
Mighty Max. Gee, there's people now loving Mighty Max. Nearly every vintage toy channel who does toy hunts, they always go looking for Mighty Max. It is a thing.
Froggy Flips has been here.
Froggy Flips, yeah.
Mighty Max recently.
I reckon every video I see, you're finding some.
I've got a real hankering for Mighty Max at the moment.
I've got a few. I've got how many? Yeah, I've definitely got another video that's kind of ready to go, but you've already seen the content of that in a sense. I got my Ulysses 31 one out tonight, which is faster than I thought. Babylon 5 one is coming as well. But again, you've kind of seen most of the content of that in a sense. And there will be some more because I had a very, very interesting sort of just non-auction evening last night where I basically adopted the standard sort of bargaining posture, and you could have knocked me down with a feather. I got offered 2 things for 50 quid less than the buy it now prices combined. And I like, yes, please, yes, thank you, yes, now. Please. In fact, I bought one just to stop anyone else pinching it because I thought that it's going to be the seller would have been in a really awkward position because it could have gone and they could have been chatting with me about sorting something out, and then it could have gone. So I just thought I'm going to get the cheaper one, and then we'll sort out the balance kind of thing on the other ones. So I will show those off in due course when they arrive. Yes. Then I need to put some other things on eBay, potentially off the back of that. Speeder bike. I remember having one of those. Yeah. It's a kind of magic.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Everything the gun is stiff, and the handlebars are stiff. And I've never seen them that, not move like that.
That means back in the day, it wasn't moved around much. It was just sat on a shelf somewhere. Yeah.
On display, maybe. Was that an eBay pickup, Mark, or?
No, the auction.
Oh, I see. As in that, yeah.
The one that says the Breakfast Club. I click onto his video that says the Breakfast Club, and it's like 10 o'clock at night. Yeah, I remember. I was watching you buy that. Well done.
I'm wearing on the motorcycle this week thermal long sleeve base wear t-shirt, work polo shirt, micro fleece, wax or cotton jacket with quilted thermal lining and 2 pairs of socks.
So by the time you take all that off, it's time to go home again. Wow.
Yeah.
And there's Mike there in shorts and t-shirt.
Living the dream.
It's all right. He's got them spiders to contend with. I'd rather have the cold.
I'd rather have the cold too. Yeah, there's times where the heat will just drain you of all energy and you feel like doing nothing but sitting. And it makes you a really lazy bastard. It really does.
That's your excuse.
At least at the cold, you're like, oh, I'm motivated to do something. You're going to do something to warm yourself up, and distract yourself from the cold. When it's really hot, you just, it's terrible.
Yeah. And it does get properly hot with you guys down there. Have been across once.
Yeah. Those 40-degree days are not fun. Yeah. Because the city that's 2 hours north of me is the same as Rio de Janeiro's weather. That same sticky, hot, subtropical. Yeah.
Wow.
There's summertimes just. But where I am kind of a little bit south, in the wintertime, we do get brisk colds, but nothing like you guys get. Yeah. It gets down to like 5 degrees and people complain here. It's like, oh, it's so cold. I'm like, they've never experienced a minus temperature in their life. Yeah, 5 degrees.
That's the height of our summer.
Five.
Not that bad.
When the next toy fair is?
February.
4th of Feb, I believe,
February.
Bolton. 4th of Feb. Yeah.
4th.
Take your cameras, boys. Take your cameras.
Never. It's only 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
That's too soon.
Yeah, tell me about
Save
it.
up.
Not
For
enough time
Bolton,
to save
that's a
up.
little bit too soon. I've literally just come back from Bolton.
Well, you did that double header, don't forget, didn't you? You did Bolton and Doncaster in succession.
Well, it's another double header, isn't it? It's really not two together, but
In 2 weeks
an
later.
18.
Yeah, very
Doncaster.
much. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, 2 weeks later.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
Are we going to Birmingham?
I'm thinking about it.
Good God.
Yeah,
The
I'm
NEC.
thinking about Birmingham, but I'm also thinking that I might do it just as a punter.
Hunter.
Road
What
trip.
tends a place out of interest.
That's Sandown. You go to be a punter.
Have you never heard of punter before?
Punter. Yeah, bet on horses if you're a punter.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, taking
Yeah.
a punt, yeah.
Yeah, taking a punt.
American football. You're gonna punt the ball.
Punt the ball.
Well, I think we kind of extend it to also just being a customer.
Yeah.
Going to buy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm thinking about doing Birmingham this time round, but as a browser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's massive though, isn't it?
Birmingham. That's where Richard Hammond's from. Isn't he from Birmingham? He's Birmingham. Richard Hammond.
April 7th.
Every other country pronounces Birmingham differently than what we do.
Birmingham.
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 William?
Brumland.
550 stalls.
What's that, sorry?
550 stalls.
550. Yeah.
It's £10 to get in.
Oh.
How much is it early bird?
18.
Wow.
£18 for early bird.
You'd want to buy something while you had the early bird, so it was worth that extra £8.
It usually is.
£18.
Christ.
Mark's about to leg it over the fence.
How much are the tables? Does it say how much the tables are?
I don't think it says that.
That'd be £100. £100 for a table.
No, it doesn't say.
No.
Not on that page, anyway.
Let's see. £65 per table.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
So it's double the price of Bolton.
Yeah, but with it being bigger, there's less chance of people getting to your stall. What do you think?
Well, I don't know. This is one of the reasons why I want to go down and have a browse. Because I keep thinking about giving it a try. Everyone's telling me I should try it because it's so much busier.
Yeah.
Well, I just equate it to, well, you've got more competition though.
Yeah.
So am I going to make any more money than what I would do in any of the other places? Because they've got twice as many places to spend their money.
It's more expensive for you to get down there as well, I imagine.
Yeah.
But and as I say, depending on what Birmingham's actually got in it, as you say, it could be more directly competitive. Because like in Bolton, you're one of relatively few who are selling more modern things.
Mm-hmm.
So there might be more. Of
You say more modern, I would say less diecast.
Yes, less
diecast
railway related. Yeah.
That's trains.
Yeah, fewer trains basically. Very, very choo-choo in Bolton and Doncaster actually in fairness as well. But there's slightly more of a mix in Doncaster, but maybe just because it's bigger.
Isn't that a racetrack as well, Doncaster?
Yes, yes, it is. Yeah, the venue where the Toy Fair is held is at the racecourse.
That's right. Ah.
Very cool. Whereas
Classic.
the Bolton one, that's in the venue for the football club.
Oh, that's right. They got a football team.
Yeah.
Soccer team.
Soccer team.
Well,
We have to call it soccer in my country because there's 4 codes of football. It'll get confused, so it has to be. Yeah. You got AFL, Aussie rules, rugby league, rugby union, and then soccer. You have to call that soccer, otherwise football. For us, it is.
Aussie rules is crazy.
They're all football. They're all referred to as footy. They're all football.
Really?
Yep. I'm not kidding. It's embarrassing. So we have to call football soccer. Just so we know what it is.
I don't even like football. I don't know why I'm talking about this.
The Aussie rules is like a southern game. I don't watch that at all. I don't understand that game. It's rugby league for me all the way. That's
I've watched it and I still don't understand it.
It's
Why are you punching it through? Why are you kicking it through? Why have you got 4 posts?
4 points. So if they miss, see, if you go through the middle, you get 6 points to kick it through the middle. But if you miss, you get a point for missing. And they call it a behind. Yeah, that Aussie rules. I do not understand that game whatsoever. That's just one of the bizarre
very
things.
modern is this? You get a participation prize.
Yeah. Well done for trying. Yes.
Yeah. See, we're rugby league and union.
Hello,
We just
ice
got from you
cream.
guys in England. We just got.
Caroline,
I
how
know.
are you?
Oh,
Joining us just as we're about to bring things to an end.
Yeah. Fashionably late and all that.
so I look forward to your videos, guys, from all those toy
Watching
fairs.
YouTube through the
Yeah.
PlayStation.
Well, hopefully the next ones can be a little bit better. I still need to experiment more with using that camera that I got, that new one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, keep with the camera. All right.
Yes. This time round, I'm going to try wearing a peaked cap and having it clipped on underneath the peak.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that's where I hold my phone in that, don't I, in the dongle. And when I had it hanging around the thing, all I could see was the phone. You know what? I might put that up as footage for the Patreons.
Oh.
You know.
You've got a Patreon? Have you started memberships out yet?
Do you want to have a listen to what I've got prepped? And then you guys can give me advice on it, actually.
I'm always here for advice.
Froggy Flips, I believe he uses sort of GoPro on a vest.
On his chest. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just right here. But the only trouble is because your eyes are
really
here, you
good.
don't see exactly what's here. And then when you hold something, you can hold it too high or too low. You don't actually see that until later on.
But I think it's got quite a wide field, hasn't it? So I guess that's maybe not too much of an issue.
I'd want a camera right here in your glasses. So you put your glasses on. It's like
Well, this
whatever you see,
I've got a
the
clip
camera sees.
for this. So
Oh,
normally I
yeah.
just strap it to me there. But
It's a fancy bit
You
of kit,
can't
man.
see that, can you?
It's a bit tricky.
Yeah, you can't see that. Never mind. I will get rid of that. Stop screaming. I'll read it to you. The memberships that I've got set ready to go. The lowest one, Cosmic Crew Man, $2.99. You get loyalty badges, emojis, priority reply to comments, and one free entry into any giveaways that I do on the channel. For $4.99, you get the Cosmic Crusader. Same as before, but with early access to new videos, member shoutouts, exclusive members-only videos, members-only live streams, and a second entry to any giveaways that I do on the channel. And then there's Cosmic Commander at $8.99, same as before, but also with connecting on social media, added to the Cosmic Crusaders WhatsApp group, and 4 entries in total to any giveaways that I do on the channel. I don't know if that sounds reasonable or fair.
You've gone above and beyond.
The input from Mike and Mark of this one.
I would say that sounds pretty damn fair. Like the top end stuff, rarely do you have anyone like grab those, but yeah, you've got plenty in there.
Right. Okay.
I'll tell you what, there's always tiers like for even for joining the members thing on YouTube. A lot of the times when you've got something to give away, like an extra video, I usually give it away to everyone. Every one of the members, doesn't matter where they are in the tier. And when it comes to setting up those WhatsApp groups, and some people use the Discord groups as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be able to attend those groups, so I don't set them up. So
Yeah.
I don't have time to go over. Who's saying stuff on here? So I don't really set them up.
That's been one of my biggest concerns. I don't want to be offering something there that I don't feel like I can actually keep up to.
Yeah, it could be quite a big time sink, couldn't it, if you're not careful? That's the problem. So on top of everything else.
Just say slide in me DMs on Instagram. That'll do.
Okay.
I've got a £45 level.
Yeah, I know. I looked at that and I was like,
well, you never know. I might get a sugar daddy one day.
So it's never been taken up.
No, God no.
It looks like Jumpy's got to go. You take care, Jumpy. See you again next time.
See you, Jumpy.
I've got a parcel to pack for you tomorrow, haven't I?
Oh.
He's been spending pennies again.
Shocking.
Well, he saw my video last night and he had to have the nude Godzilla stuff.
I dare look at my bank account.
Pennies.
Is there anything you can take away or add to any of those memberships?
I've no idea about memberships, so I couldn't comment. I'm afraid.
Me neither. Hey, if I send myself a super chat. Oh dear. Membership gift
super chat. Yeah, you can get the money, but then they take 30%.
If I give 5 members 5 memberships now, it's for me, isn't it? No. Down.
I don't know how it'd work.
I suppose it
you
would
won't be able to give any for me because I haven't set mine live yet. And the reason I've done that is I want to make sure I'm 100% certain on them, because you can't edit them once you've put them live. Once you've submitted them, that's it.
Really?
Did you not know that, Mark?
I know it on Patreon. You can't change
How are you, sir? I'm very well, thank you. Yeah, once you've submitted, you can't edit the membership. Well, you can delete them and set up a new one, but any subscribers you've got to them memberships won't carry over to your new one. So you're effectively deleting their membership.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I've been sitting on this for about a month now.
Membership.
Some thought required.
Yeah. I mean, I spent absolutely hours creating the loyalty badges and the emojis.
Yeah, I know. I
Spent
need to change
and
mine.
they're going to be this big, aren't they? No one's going to be able to
Yeah.
appreciate them.
No. That's too big. You got to make it smaller. Oh, for God's sake.
Yes. But the loyalty badges.
Yeah.
Every one of them is a vintage toy.
Uh,
And I've got it so that the longer you stay, the rarer the toy is
Ooh.
for your
You've
badge.
put a lot of thought into this.
I have put a lot. You won't
He does.
believe how many times I changed it. So it starts out with a vintage Dalek, goes on to a scare glow from Masters of the Universe, and I'm not going to tell you what the rest are.
Roboskull.
It's one of them. It is. Yeah. I think the top one, you work your way up to a rocket firing Boba Fett. It's not a bad reward, is it? It's not a rocket firing.
Rocket fires.
Blue Boba Fett.
Use your imagination.
That's close. That's the closest you're going to get.
Yeah, I think it's
Take
big
care,
time.
everyone in the chat, can you do a live in the morning packing my stuff? If I get a
Yes, I'll
chance,
be practicing tomorrow.
Proof of life.
Sorry, wait, how are you? I think
I
we're all good. We're all good, thanks, Robert.
He's 2 years old.
Oh, kids have got the telly on now, look, Mike.
Yeah.
I have 33 members.
33 members, of which I'm one of them.
Hey,
33. And I've got 10.
Oh.
I've got 10 to give away. You get 10 to give away free every month now.
Have you?
Yeah.
With bang.
No, I think-
Earlier this month, I get a notification from Google. We've just debited your card. And I was like, what?
No.
What are you on about? I haven't bought anything. And I was all for getting onto my bank and saying that I haven't done this, I haven't done this. And I realised it was my subscription to Mark's membership. So, yeah. No more Masterpiece stuff yet, no. Although there's something very special coming in. It's a third-party Unicron.
I'm going to have to go soon.
I think we're all going.
We're all going. Oh, we're all going.
You take care, Mike. Look after yourself.
All right.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
Mike.
Have a good one, guys. Bye, guys, in the chat.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Lovely.
Then there are 3.
Bless
Yeah,
him.
there were 3.
Hmm.
Thank you. Top shelf.
Magnificent.
Boom!
Boom. Nice.
You know, I actually thought that was Robert again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like a thumbnail.
really white
Yeah.
avatar, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, hello, Kaboom.
Yeah.
Magnificent chap. Yeah, so I don't think I've got anything coming out now, have I? Until next week's video.
Gilster.
Oh, look, that everyone's coming on now.
Yeah, I know. It's like, what?
There'll be the giveaway happening soon for this. That's the next giveaway.
Gilster. He needs
Probably
that.
at the end of this month. Yeah, we've got no Jacob on this channel. That's
Oh,
a
I
Blue
can't-
Harvest
I
Toys
can't blame you,
exclusive.
Jacob gone.
Andy, you said you've got some videos coming out. Mark, have you got anything planned?
I've just done one.
Yeah, but you normally do.
Do you want another? I'm
Wednesday.
quite proud of it. That's the first time I watched it. Obviously, I didn't edit it. I just
No,
like
it was really well done. That was a really,
I caught
really
the beginning of
flowing
it because
video.
we talked for about 15 minutes before.
I think that's why it flowed
It
well.
did- it
You were
does-
warmed up and
It does
Yeah.
talk about Vectis,
ooh.
which
Good
I might
look,
send.
that
I might
thing,
send
yeah.
to you. You might be interested in that, but don't show it to anybody.
I was quite interested. I think it's early on in your little chat with him when he says that he set it up because he wanted to do a specialist toy auction and there's none of them around. And I'm like, yeah, there is. There is.
Are they
You are not new to this.
Yeah, but I didn't. When I interviewed him, I didn't realize he actually owned it.
Right.
Ah.
And I do
No,
say
I
in it
didn't know that. I didn't know that until he sort
no,
of.
because in the BBC article, he does actually say that he is the expert. And I'm thinking, afterwards, I'm thinking, because I do actually ask him about something, and I think I says you don't run it, but
yes.
Damn.
Well, yeah, but if he hasn't announced that to you, why would you? So I don't think he'd hold that against you. I wouldn't worry about it.
But anyway, I'm quite happy with that. It's a while since I did a proper interview like that. I used to do them for my podcast all the time, but obviously you're not on screen. And you've got a list of questions. You write a list of questions, but I think it flowed pretty well.
Yes, you'll have to watch it back.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
Been on for about an hour, so he came on about an hour and 20 minutes into it.
Yeah, if not a bit later, actually. Yeah.
So I didn't edit it. All I did was chop the beginning bit off and the end bit. Word.
Cool.
But I've still got it. Obviously, I was going to put it up on Patreon, but I thought no, because he talks about Vectis and there's some quite sensitive information in there, so I thought better not put that up anywhere.
Well, anything with sensitive information you shouldn't put on.
No.
Yeah.
But you could put the conversation on with that omitted.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was going to put it, edit that bit out, and put all the whole conversation on Patreon.
I've done things very close to the knuckle with last night's video with the CCTV footage. I had to look into what I could and couldn't do with that.
No, but I mean,
because not showing the face.
You're not allowed to share any footage with any audio, none whatsoever.
No.
Apparently, I'm breaking the law just because my CCTV has audio. I'm like, oh, right, okay, I need to change. I need to mute it then, don't I?
It depends what you've announced about your CCTV, probably.
Well, there's a big sticker on the door that says CCTV in use, and it's only in use upstairs, and there's no way you can walk up those stairs without seeing the monitor hovering above your head with the camera,
Not quite clear. I mean, as you say, it's all down to data protection, which means the ability to identify a living individual.
Yeah, it's the GDPR. It's the GDPR stuff. You're not allowed to identify them, which is why I thought, well, I'm going to show the footage, but I'll cover his face.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think there are some exceptions.
I see it all over Facebook all the time. Does anyone know who these guys are? They've just.
It used to be when somebody stole something from a shop. You took you had the photo of them. Yeah. You put the picture on the door saying,
There are some
not welcome.
There can be exceptions where it's in the public interest for like prevention of crime and that sort of thing. There are some limited exceptions to their normal rules.
You do see his face in the camera. I didn't need to see his face because I knew who he was.
Yeah.
But I mean, swapping stickers out, that's a fascinating approach to it because technically speaking, as a matter of contract law, offer and acceptance, he offered you a lower price than was marked, but technically you accepted it. So technically, I mean, the underlying thing there, as you said, I think is kind of fraud.
Yeah.
Because obviously he's done it dishonestly with a view to profiting.
I checked up on it. It's still technically stealing.
Yeah.
It is definitely still technically stealing, but it's
kind of deception. It's a funny. I mean, I've never heard of anyone doing that as a concept. It's just.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, it used to happen all the time. Woolworths, I don't know. Woolworths, people used to do it all the time.
But these days of barcodes, I suppose, it's
Absolutely,
much
I
harder
did.
to get away with, isn't it? You know, because obviously you
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah,
normally rely on the price sticker, but. Oh, what's an
You can't
ironic one
afford
then?
him anyway.
It's not my specialist area, let's put it that way.
No, it's like I say, it's not necessarily. And thank you as well to one of the viewers. He's a regular customer who comes in, Jonathan. Thank you very much, sir. It was very kind of you what you did after watching last night's video. He PayPal'd me £12
Oh,
bless.
to cover what I'd lost potentially on those items. He actually has something on reserve, so I'm just going to credit that £12 towards the item that he's got on reserve. He's not paying for someone else's dishonesty, but I genuinely really appreciate the gesture. It's very kind. But yeah, it's awful. It's the trust. It's not the money. It's really not the money. It's the fact that it's someone who's been coming in for over a decade, and all of a sudden you realise that they've probably been doing this every time. Yeah. So I need to keep an eye on you from now on, don't I, Mark?
You wouldn't
Could
even
you
think
get,
about doing it.
Could you get price stickers that actually were sort of in some way unique, just so it would make it harder for people to do it?
Well, you can get those like what TK Maxx have, where they come off in little bits. It's really, really difficult.
I'm just thinking, if they said cosmic toys on them or something.
Oh, I've got those now. Yeah, but no, it's not that he's taken a price ticket off another item.
Oh, I see. Oh,
Yeah.
that's what he did. I see. Swapped them.
Yeah, he's taken a price ticket off another item.
Wow.
And I found the items that he's taken them off. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey dear.
He hasn't come back in yet. It's strange because he hasn't been in for about 2.5 years. And it does make me wonder whether or not the first time he did it was then. And that's why he's not been in for quite a while.
Well, I mean, maybe he's struggling for whatever reason, and but I mean, it doesn't excuse it, obviously. But
Don't think so. Don't think that's what it is. But I am going because he's from Wakefield, and I know that his regular port of call is 616 Comics over there.
Right.
Now, I think it's James, the guy who owns that. I don't know him.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try and get in touch with him, drop him a line, and just let him know that one of his regulars has done this, and here's what he looks like.
Oh, he'd appreciate that, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think from what I'm aware, he's got a few little nooks and crannies as well in his shop where he does stuff like that. So, yeah. Yep. You're trying to excuse a criminal. No wonder you're in prison. He's coming from it from a very legal standpoint. Yes.
Yes, can't help it.
Unfortunately, there's laws in our country that I can't necessarily agree with, and I think protecting criminals is one of them. But it's there, isn't it? It's there. Oh, thank you, Robert. That's very kind of you. I remember a time when you didn't think that, though. We've had our moments. Right then.
He usually steals from me, so.
Do not. I'm going to start adding
I'm kidding.
Charge him for the invoice him for the copies. Right, okay. Let's bring this to an end.
On that bombshell.
2.5 hours nearly. 2.5 hours. Right.
What's
It's
that?
good
That's
night from
nothing.
me.
Come on.
Shut up, you. Cumulatively, it's more than 6, actually.
Come on.
Very young.
I just started.
Was. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that before now.
Right. Well, good night, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to us, and you'll see us all. Well, hopefully, you'll see us all again in 2 weeks' time. Yeah.
It's good night from him. A good night from him. A good night from me.
It's good night from him. It's good night from
Mark's just like, whatever.
It's good night from Gap. And good night from Robert.
Night all.
Good night, everybody.
It is.
Love ya.
Ramble, ramble.
Thank you.
You do that.
Go for it.
Rewind.
Right. Take care, everyone. Good night.
Yeah.
See ya.